So my friend has bought what he says is the cheapest Porsche 928 in the country. I have to disagree with him there slightly, in that I just bought one for £4.95. Now admittedly it's not quite full scale, but what I'm doing is I'm fixing it up and going to try and repaint it in the same colours that he's going to do his car, so that when it's his birthday in a month or so's time I can give it to him as a present. Let's see how it goes. I've put the body and the base of both metal into a bath of nail polish remover, but it's got to be the one with acetone, not the eco-friendly one, but the full acetone one. And this has now been in here for what, about a day and a half, nearly 2 days, and you can see the paint is coming off nicely. I'll probably leave it in there another day or so. So I've taken the body out of the paint remover, the nail varnish remover, and you can see it's still got bits and pieces on it. What I'll do, I'll just been using this just to get some of that off. Need to sort of work on the inside as well, and the doors have come off as well. So the body, see, it's not far off. Be able to get that repainted soon. So there we are. That's the Porsche 928 stripped down and all of its paint taken off. Took a lot longer than I thought it would, using an acetone or nail varnish remover bath, scrubbing away with the scrubbing brush, toothbrush, and also a little sort of needle from a dissection kit, just to sort of scrape out the small lines and details in the bodywork. But there we are. Now we're all ready for putting on some primer, and I'll do the exterior first, and then I'll get started on the interior of the car. First coat. So this is the fine surface primer, it's the Tamiya one in light grey. There you go, there's the body, the doors and the base, all primed. Looking really good actually. I did 2 coats in the end. It just makes a really good smooth finish to work on. So now we come to doing the colour coat on the car. Now when we looked into the history of my friend's Porsche, we found out that its colour was mocha brown or mocha schwarz. So it's a really, really dark brown, kind of almost very nearly a black, but with a slight hint of brown. Now finding this in a spray for a model is really challenging. I went through all the sort of Tamiya colours and the rail match colours, and just trying to see what I could find in those ranges. And then spoke to someone on Twitter, and they suggested, well, how about looking at some of the Halford's paint ranges, Halford's car paint. Ideally you'd be able to get Porsche mocha brown, but you'd probably have to get it specially mixed. So I wondered if there's anything else that was similar. And the best that I think I've found is this, which is Ford Rio Brown. And you can just about make out that strip around the lid. It's an incredibly dark, sort of bitter chocolate dark brown. So I bought some of this, and first thing I did was tried it on the back of this plastic fork. So I primed the fork first with 2 coats of primer, same as I had done with the car, and then applied this colour. And to all intents and purposes it kind of looks black, but when the light kind of catches it, there is a slight brown tinge to that colour. So I think that's as close as I'm going to get. The interior, we think, original interior was a tan colour with Pasha facings to the seats. So and the wheels were with a sort of foam dial, teledial wheels. Now, trying to do that on here is going to be quite challenging, but just to help myself a little bit, because a bit of a cheat around getting the Pasha interior, what I did was took the Pasha pattern and scaled it down. So I've got these kind of sheets of, so you can see on this one, label printed. I don't know if you can see, that's Pasha pattern. And what I'm going to do is to cut those out on sort of printed out on sticky labels, and once I've painted the interior, I'll stick those onto the seat facings, and maybe put sort of a bit of lacquer over the top. So this is the first attempt at fitting the Pasha seat facings. So you see I've cut them out of the sticky labels, and using the scalpel and the, I don't know what that is, kind of probe from a dissection kit, used to push them into place, trimming where you had to. So it doesn't look great. I've not yet decided whether I'll leave them as that or whether have another go. But I did it before painting because I think then I can paint around the edges to help kind of seal them in, but also tidy up the edges and make it look like they are in the seat rather than on the seat. So what I now need to try and do is to mix together this orange and the brown standard Tamiya colours to try and create the tan, this kind of very orangey tan look of the interior. I've got a picture I'll show you now as well that I'm trying to copy too, and I'll see how I get on in mixing the right colour. So yeah, I think that's about it. I don't want to go too orange because it would just look too bright, but yeah, I think that's about right. And we'll try it on and we'll make it a bit different for the top coat. So that's the first coat of tan on the interior of the car. So I painted the inside segment, but also the insides of the body shell and the doors. Or maybe put them into a matte finish. Also, you can see I've done some wheels. The reason why there's different sizes is it's really hard to scale from PowerPoint I used up to what should be the real size. But I think actually these ones are about the right size. And what I'm going to do then, these are sort of telephone dial wheels, just be able to cut those out and stick them on to the ends of the actual wheels that came with the car. One thing I will have to do though is to just straighten out the axles a bit. They're a little bit bent. Now, for a first attempt, that's not bad. I'm quite pleased with that. It's not perfect, but no, I don't think it's too bad. I can probably tidy that up around the edges next one I cut out. But even once it's on the wheel, I can just put a bit of paint around the edge just to make it look a bit neater. So one of the final things I needed to do was to just clean up the windscreen, and I'm using a cotton bud and some toothpaste. I looked at a few different options, and that was the one I had to hand, so thought I'd give it a go, and it it's not too bad. It's turned out quite well. So if we're ready for the final reveal, just remembering what it looked like before and see what it looks like now. So there you have it, resplendent in its Rio brown or mocha schwarz. You can see the Pasha interior there. I've obviously put it all back together, mounted it on a plinth in a case, display case, and I put some sandpaper and sprayed it for the road surface. And I think it's not come out too badly. I think I probably could have made a better job of it if I'd had another go, but as a first attempt at this kind of thing, it's not bad. And certainly it represents what my friend's Porsche will hopefully look like when he's finished. So the day of my friend's birthday's finally arrived, and I've come to give him his present. I'm going to see what his reaction is.
Let's have a look what's in the box. Okay, fantastic. Look at that little 928. How cool, thank you. I'm going to pop it up here.
Well, do you want to look a bit closer?
Oh, do I need to go deeper?
Because
oh, wow.
Actually it's...
Oh, it's even the brown. That is fantastic.
It's attached, so don't try to pull it off.
No, I won't pull it off. That is in mocha black, isn't it? How cool.
With what interior? What wheels?
Brown Pasha. Yeah, okay, teledial wheels.
What
Pasha interior?
What registration number?
No way. Very clever.
So
How did you do that?
Well, I've been doing my own little restoration. But, you'll be able to watch this video when it's...
How did you do that?
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what the registration is. That's why I put it on the wall, in case I have to register it ever. That's fantastic, thank you.
Cool.
Right, I'm going to pop it up there. I looked at it and just thought it was a Matchbox one. Right.
Well, it is, but it didn't look like that to start with. So,
very clever.
I'll go with your little collection.
Little card. Thank you very much.
To follow Todd's story as he restores his Porsche 928, follow this link here. He'll take a bit longer than mine, but it is a proper Porsche after all. To watch my videos on classic cars and other sports cars, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.